Welcome to Kishore Snake Pathshala. In this video lecture, let us see about the extra edges of projectile motion. In the previous video, we have seen about the complete details of projectile motion in detail. We have a special formula here, that is tan theta is equal to 4h by r. Where h is the height reached and r is the range covered, and remember that here theta is the angle with horizontal and it is not the angle with vertical. And we have another one equation, y is equal to x tan theta 1 minus x by r. Here also the r represents the range. This is an equation for the path of projectile. This is an equation for the path of projectile, and this is given in NCERT also in the last page of the chapter in the questions section. Suppose if they are giving y is equal to ax minus bx square, what is the range they are asking? Y is equal to ax, I am taking common as outside, which is 1 minus bx by a. Comparing these two equations, I can write range is equal to a by b. Here r is nothing but a by b. This is a common type of questions which is asked in the examinations. Suppose from a tower of height h, we are throwing a ball with initial velocity u with an angle theta with the horizontal. Then we can write that h is equal to, we know the kinematic equation ut plus half gt square. Since here along the vertical direction we want to take, along the angle it is u cos theta, away from the angle u sin theta. This we have seen in the previous videos, how to resolve a component. There is a separate video in this playlist. If you have doubt, you see that. Since here we are taking along the vertical direction, it is minus u sin theta into t plus 1 by 2 gt square. This equation you must remember. Here t is nothing but time. This is the first equation you must remember, and second equation you must remember is range covered. That is, this part is the range covered, and which is nothing but u cos theta, which is the velocity along the vertical direction, into time is the distance covered, that is nothing but the range. These are the two formulas you must remember if they are giving that from a tower of height h they are throwing a ball. Here there is a numerical based on the concept. Let us work out the thing. From a tower of height 40 meter, a ball is thrown with initial velocity 20 ms per minus 1 with an angle of 30 degree with horizontal. What is the horizontal range they are asking? We know the first equation is h is equal to minus u sin theta into t plus 1 by 2 gt square. Height is 40 meter, that is equal to minus of u is 20, sin 30 is 1 by 2 into t plus 1 by 2 into acceleration due to gravity value 10 into t square. The answer comes out to be 40 is equal to minus 10t plus 5t square. 5t square minus 10t minus 40 is equal to 0. Dividing the whole equation by 5, we get t square minus 2t minus 8 is equal to 0. Now we are factorizing it. Minus 8 is minus 4 plus 2. So t is equal to 4, t is equal to minus 2. Time cannot be negative, so this value is not possible. We are taking t is equal to 4. What is the range formula? I have said in the previous slide, this u cos theta into t, that is velocity into time. Along the horizontal direction we take cos theta, so u cos theta into t. U is 20, cos 30 is root 3 by 2, time is 4 seconds, which comes out to be 40 root 3 meter. Now this is the special case we have. Suppose if u is given as ux I cap plus uy j cap, that is in the vectorial representation they are giving. Then range is given as 2 into ux into uy into g. Time of flight is 2 into uy divided by g. Maximum height reached is uy square by 2g. Remember that for range alone we are using the xth component and yth component. For all the others, time of flight we are using only the yth component, that is the component along y-axis, and for the height reached is also we are using the same. Suppose a ball is thrown with an angle theta with the horizontal with initial velocity u, then along the angle cos theta, away from the angle sin theta. Then the same we are, what is the range reached? 2 into ux component. Along the x-axis it is u cos theta, along the y-axis u sin theta by g, which comes out to be u square sin 2 theta divided by g. Height reached is yth component, so u square sin square theta divided by 2g. Time of flight is equal to 2 into yth component, which is u sin theta, so 2u sin theta divided by g. This is how we get these formulas. Then what are all the important points that you must remember in the projectile motion? Let us see this thing. Path of the projectile is a parabola. This is a frequently asked question. Then if two angles are complementary, that is, what is complementary meaning? Sum of two angles is 90 degree. Then the range of the first projectile is equal to range of the second projectile. This is a very important thing you must remember. Then I have said that v is equal to u cos theta. This is the first formula we learned in the projectile motion in the previous video. We know that kinetic energy at time t is 1 by 2 m into velocity square, that is 1 by 2 m into this formula I am substituting here, which is u square cos square theta. This is the initial velocity, so I can see the kinetic energy initial into cos square theta. This is the initial kinetic energy cos square theta. This only I am representing in this equation. This is also an important equation that you must remember. Next, at topmost point, velocity and acceleration are at an angle pi by 2. That is, suppose this is the path of the projectile. Velocity points towards this direction. Acceleration due to gravity is g, which points downward. So the angle between them is pi by 2. And the topmost point of projectile, acceleration due to gravity is g. This is also an important point you must remember. That is, at topmost point, acceleration due to gravity is g and not g by 2 or g by 4 or 0, like that. They will give different options. Remember that topmost point, acceleration due to gravity is g. And we know that formula h is equal to 1 by 2 gt square. And suppose if they are giving that in the projectile motion, the ball reaches the same height at two different intervals t1 and t2. Calculate the height reached, that is 1 by 2 g into t1 into t2. That is, if same height is reached at two different time intervals, then you want to use this formula. I hope you would have liked this lecture. If you like this lecture, please subscribe Kishore's NEET Padasala. Thank you.